Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Yay Networks.
Parenting is such a breeze, oh, but it would bring you to your knees if it weren't for Chatty Daddies. Oh, yeah, the Chatty Daddies.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies. My name's Nick Adams.
My name's Trey Peart.
My name is JC Chavez.
JC, when we started this podcast,
Yeah.
we hit record. Trey had to mosey over, and he's sitting down. He's walking pretty straight. Last time we talked,
saying is he walking gay now?
No. He's walking pretty straight, but he had to sit down a little bit. Last time on the Chatty Daddies, Trey surprised us with the news that he was getting the old snip.
The vas deferens was getting cut.
And so at the time of recording this episode, we are now at 10 days. 10 days since.
Oh, so the firing squad's back, huh?
It's still, yes, it is. But so the first day and a half, we got Quade out of the house, and so it was just Kara taking care of Hudson and taking care of me. And it was fantastic. I went to the appointment. I've had dentist appointments that were harder.
It is so fat. Did your room smell like burnt?
Afterwards.
Not before?
No.
I went after a guy went, and that scared me a little bit.
Yeah, JC went as the same when you go to a restroom and the seat is still warm.
Yeah.
They were just churning them out.
Yeah.
At
It
JC's
is
doctor's
the
office.
equivalent of when you walk into a restroom and somebody went number 2, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, somebody
Smells
was
here.
Somebody was here.
Well, it was really I just went home, sat down. Kara brought me my favorite foods. It was fantastic. It was wonderful for the day and a half. And then Quade came back, and it's 2-on-2 again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm struggling to just hold Hudson or keep him entertained in the little boppy next to me, or even move him to the swing. Like, it was really, really frustrating through like Saturday afternoon and all of Sunday. And then I finally started to be able to get up and move around for Monday. But it still is not 100% healed.
What are the rules they give you for post-op care about weight you're allowed to lift and things like that?
Well, they said don't do any vigorous exercise or sex for a week. Mm-hmm. They said that you should be able to return to a normal day job after 2 days. And so that was fine to come back to work. Just had to wear some sweatpants and sit down for the majority of
What if
the
your
time.
job is football player?
I think you should do it during the off season.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so it was. I kind of understood it to be like, hey, it's not going to be that big a deal. We're going to do one stitch, and you're fine. And so then once we actually got the whole thing done, the physician's assistant, whoever he was like, all right, cool. So there's going to be just a little bit of swelling and maybe some bruising. No big deal. And the bruising that I saw was terrifying.
Oh, it's the best.
I'm not 100% certain that it. I was like, do I need to Google other images of bruises to see if something had
How
been
bad
messed
was
up?
yours?
I mean, I'm a pretty pale person, and it was like the color of your microphone cover.
It's just so
It's black, by the way.
jet black.
It's down to about the color of these scissors.
Like a magenta,
Light purple.
purplish.
Not to get too deep into what my testicles look like, but it was pretty scary. But it's getting better, and nothing ever hurts. It's just so uncomfortable now.
I low-key wanted it to swell up so bad.
Right?
Like
Just
3-4 times bigger.
Just know what it was like.
Oh, I would have walked around in a Speedo.
Yeah.
I would have gone to the grocery store in a Speedo. It would have been the best.
I wish I would have brought it in. So I did buy this special sling contraption, like jockstrap thing. It's just like
It's supposed to give you some support?
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And so it's
But the back end's open.
yeah, it's so it's just like a.
Did you get it from the neighborhood?
It's a cod piece, I think, is what they would describe it as. So it's made out of the same like material that all the compression stuff is made out of, except that compression stuff is just like put on to
The region.
A strap of elastic, so that's your belt, and then it has like the dangle thing that hangs over that's made of the stretchy stuff. And that is great for when you don't need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then when you're trying to get your luggage out, it's a little bit uncomfortable. You're going to hit something, you're going to move something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was, I'm going to say, after about 48 hours, I was like, after the first day, whenever I was still like, oh, this is easy because Kara's taking her, I was like, why would any man ever be like anxious about this or whatever? Like, this is fantastic.
Scale of 1 to 10. How high did the pain ever get?
Oh, 4.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's never bad pain. It's just like, oh no.
Again,
What was that?
It's like when you got nicked.
Yeah.
If your boy nicked you playfully there, like when you were a kid, that's what it feels like when you get hit there.
It just keeps
Randomly.
happening over and over for like what you assume to be no reason, but it's because you shifted or you moved your abs and that pulled up something that's lower in your anatomy.
Did I tell you guys Kaysen kicked me? Like 3-4 days after.
Oh
and
my gosh.
This is you like your son's like 10. Like
He's
and
huge.
He's a monster of a human being already.
My son is officially the size of an adult man.
And did you tell your kids what was going on?
Oh, they knew.
They
Kaysen
knew.
knew. But I guess it's my fault. I tickled him. I was walking by. He was on the couch, and I just kind of like tickled him because I'll do that to my kids. And he just his leg just
Boom.
right. Oh man, it was. I thought I had to go check in the bathroom to make sure the stitch didn't bust. I had to make sure I wasn't bleeding. I mean, I guess not having kids anymore is not an issue, but it was scary.
It's bad.
I had the idea for action comedy where the guy has to be, he just got his vasectomy done, and like this really, really like badass, like secret ops guy. He had his vasectomy done, and then he has to like rely on his wife the whole time to get him out of this terrible situation because he has the vasectomy. He's like, I can't move, I can't do anything.
It's like that Uber movie.
Yeah, Stuber.
Stuber, yes.
Did Kara go with you to the appointment?
She did.
Was she in the room?
Yeah, she was in the room sitting there. She didn't want to look.
Okay, I was going to ask.
Like, that's unfair.
It's a somewhat similar situation.
Sure.
Do you look? Do you not look? I was wondering if she cut the cord.
No, she did not. I pitched that idea to the doctor. Doctor said,
No.
he's like 55. He's like, tell me when I haven't heard.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But she just sat there. We talked about like, he was like, what are y'all gonna watch on TV? Like talking to me like he was making a salad the whole time, and I'm just like there with my hands behind my head, and he's like, so how many kids do y'all have? My daughter went to the University of Michigan. I went to UCLA, so we're gonna be in the Big Ten. Just like talking about just random nonsense, and then he's like, okay, we're done. I was like, what?
That's it.
It really is easy, Nick.
It's shocking.
So any little thing that's scaring you from it, don't worry.
I don't think it's not really a hesitation for me. I'm not scared. I think it's just a matter of schedule.
Yeah.
I was just telling JC before this started that now our sports have kicked off.
Right.
So Davis is in basketball and baseball. Ellie's in soccer. So games all during the or practices during the week, games all weekend, and then after that football starting, and then after that whatever summer camps and summer leagues are starting.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean, I just got to do it at some point. But
till Christmas.
I don't know.
Christmas is a good time, or Thanksgiving, because you usually get a break off. But you just remind me, I have breaking news. I am unretiring from coaching.
Of course you are. We already knew you would.
Yeah.
So whose team is this going to be?
Kaysen's.
Wait,
So Kaysen is doing what in football, because that's his main sport. They do 7-on-7. So this is when you go out there and you're just throwing the ball and it's basically touch. Mm-hmm. But it's to get you ready to go into regular football season. And we weren't going to do a 7-on-7 team for his old team because they all branched out to different things. They don't live in the same neighborhoods. And so I put him on a new team. And it's a new coach. He's been around for a long time. I figured he already had a staff or people that help him. And so I just threw it in there. I said, hey, man, my son's all signed up with your team. I'm excited to see what you do with him. A side note, I am a former coach. I'm still willing to work.
Yeah.
This is what I did with our old team, and this
Reigning
is how far we
champion.
got.
Wow.
We are reigning champs. I did have a lot to do with the offense, and I coached the quarterbacks, receivers, and the defensive backs. And he wrote me back within 30 seconds, and he goes, "Absolutely."
Do you want the head coaching job?
it was so easy.
You were for sure selling yourself, right?
I was
you wanted to be a part of it.
100% selling myself.
I thought for a second you were going to be like, I got roped back in. I couldn't say no, but you were really trying for this one.
I seriously love coaching.
Good.
I love it with a passion. I thought I wanted to take time off until I saw that somebody else was going to coach my son, and I had the opportunity, so I took it.
Yeah.
So this is 7-on-7, you said?
Yeah.
And so is Kaysen nervous about joining?
A new
Does he
team?
know any of these kids?
There's one kid from his old team that's on it. The one thing I think about when it comes to sports and kids, and this is my parenting advice, and again, I don't know what's right and what's wrong and what you should do as a parent, but I really think that you shouldn't have a kid on the same team with the same kids for their whole life. Because this is what's been with Kaysen. You got to, and we talk about this as coaches all the time, you got to teach kids to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. But you become comfortable when you're with the same kids. You never switch positions. You end up having a role, but you still have so much growing to do. So I wanted him to be on a different team with different kids so that he could go in there and feel nervous and have a little bit of pressure to perform. And I thought this was a good opportunity with still having one kid that he kind of knows, so that alleviates it a little bit. But I think I wanted to do that as like a little bit of a project with him, just to see how it would go.
Yeah.
You know, forgive me if we've talked about this before, but not that I would ever be a head coach, but one of the reservations that would make me not want to be a head coach would be when it gets to a point when you are getting really competitive and you have to tell a kid and their parents that you're not up to snuff and you can no longer be on the team. Did you ever have to do any of that?
No, because we were playing football in youth is not one of those sports where you tell kids you're not welcome. I've had to tell parents, because everybody wants their kid to be a quarterback. Everybody does.
Yeah.
And you do have to have those conversations with kids and parents and say, hey, listen, your skill set right now is not there. And you got to be really honest with them, because you don't want them to have these expectations and then have
false
those
hope.
or false hope. You tell the parent, hey, your son at this moment, I'm not saying forever, he might develop into one later on in life, but right now he is not mentally or physically in the quarterback range. But he is probably better suited for this position. So you always got to have somewhere else to find him, because I think in football there's a place for everyone.
It's just
Especially in
figuring
youth.
out what that is.
You just got to figure out what that is. He might be just one of those receivers that goes out there and blocks really well. That's really important in football.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have the best hands, but he's really tenacious and wants to hit somebody.
Yeah.
So I'll put him on defense, and he can go play linebacker and stuff like that. But as far as cutting, no. I don't think
remember
kids should be cut.
My brother was way better at sports than me. He's 2 years older than me, and I remember he played baseball was his sport. Whenever it got time to go into select leagues and things like that, I just always remember someone on the team was probably getting cut or something
Select
like
is
that.
different, yeah.
And it was just so intense.
Yeah. And parents,
Always drama.
and here's the thing, too. Parents, if you put your kid in a select team, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and you put them on select team, it does not mean they're going to play. So you got to know in there, and you can't get upset when your kid's not playing as much as you thought they were going to play. That's what rec is for. Rec is to get them ready, and you see that a lot.
Yeah.
Parents get super upset, and you got to tell them, hey, if there's a kid that's better, they're going to play.
You know, like we're saying, it's at this time when so many sports are starting. So let's say you've got a kid who's doing soccer on one side of town. You got another kid doing cheerleading on another side of town, but you got to take someone to football at the south part of town. You need a good cell phone plan, right?
You do.
You always need to be in touch, especially with your kids. And then maybe they can send you videos and everything like that from the games. And so that's why we're talking about Mint Mobile, who is going to save you money. I know on our 2024 New Year's resolutions, saving money is pretty high up there. So get you a cell phone plan that's going to save you some money.
Yeah, if you switch to Mint Mobile right now, they have their wireless plans starting at $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for $15 a month. So if you are really fed up with paying those really high premiums on your cell phone, Mint Mobile is the way to go.
Mint Mobile is going to give you the best rate whether you're buying for one or for the whole family. And at Mint Mobile, families start at just 2 lines. So don't worry about starting a family plan. if you don't have 17 people in your family to make this the right option. Just 2 people is all it takes. Plus, you can use your own phone with Mint Mobile, and you can keep the same phone number along with all of your existing contacts.
To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your front door for free, go to mintmobile.com/daddies. That's mintmobile.com/daddies. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/daddies. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
I had a moment we just got done with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Had a moment that I now understand how my parents' feelings could have been hurt when I was younger.
Oh, no.
Do you remember when New Year's came around and you started wanting to hang out with your friends?
Right.
And your parents would want to fight you on it. Be like, no, stay back with the family. Same thing with Super Bowl. Super Bowl come around. Oh, no, stay back and watch it with me or whatever. I understand it now. Because my son officially asked to go to a party with friends. My wife was out of town with the girl. They were at a soccer tournament. I stayed back because Kaysen was supposed to have football practice, but ended up getting canceled because of rain. But I saw this as a bros weekend.
Yeah.
Super Bowl weekend. I was going to do a father-son Super Bowl party. I had planned it out. I was going to get the snacks.
Couple of beers.
Yeah. I surprised them on, well, for me, yes. I surprised them on Friday, and I took them to the sporting goods store to get him a brand new Patrick Mahomes jersey because he outgrew his old one.
Right, and he's okay with this? The superstition didn't...
Yeah, he wanted one,
Okay,
but he...
It's more about the looks than
Yeah.
the superstition when you're that age.
But he wanted to get this, black jersey for some reason. He wanted because it's cool.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I found it, and I took him there, and I surprised him, and we bought it for him. And it was because I wanted us to have that moment. And Saturday came around, and he goes, hey, I got invited to my friend's house, and a bunch of guys from school are going to go there. Can I go to the Super Bowl party? And the dad in me was saying, no, you can't.
Right.
That's internal JC. Exterior JC put himself into his son's shoes and realizes how important socializing is at his age now.
Oh, for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
The last thing I remember wanting to be is the kid that missed out on Monday at school, and everybody's talking about how much fun they had at the party, and I was the one that had to stay back because my parents never let me go anywhere. So I didn't want to be that. So I looked at him and I said, is that really what you want to do? You want to go to the Super Bowl party and hang out with your friends? Yeah. I said, okay, yeah, you can go. And he goes, what are you going to do for the Super Bowl? And there's another one. I wanted to guilt trip him to stay with me.
Won't be by myself.
And I wanted, and that's what was going to happen. I was going to end up by myself. And I said, I'm going to be okay. Don't worry about me. You go have fun. But I wanted to say, well, I guess I'll just watch it by myself. I wanted to guilt trip. It took every bit of power inside me not to guilt trip him as a dad. But I didn't. I said, I'm going to be okay. Don't worry about me. You go have fun. And he did.
You think you could have gotten him to stay? And genuinely wanted to stay?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
well,
so.
that means you got a good kid.
Because my son is really, he's sentimental, and
Yeah.
he's in touch with his feelings a lot, and he feels bad really easily for people. And I think if I would have done that, he would have felt so bad that he would have canceled those plans and stayed with me. But I don't want that for him. I don't want him to. It's not a dire need for him to stay with me and watch this game. Hey, it's not my team playing. It's his team playing.
Right.
And so if he wants to go watch it with some of his boys that like that same team, who am I to stop him for it? But man, did I have the saddest Super Bowl ever. I went to the store by myself.
Yeah.
I'm walking around.
Wings are great.
I'm noticing every dad and son buying chips together.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that could have been me.
been us.
But I bought myself a bag of chips and some cheese dip and some chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
And I went home and I sat there and I was in my feels for a second, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, this sucks. I wanted to watch it with my son.
Yeah.
But he did come home after halftime, and we ended up having a good time. But
that means you got to watch the best part with him, going into overtime.
Yeah,
get
so
to see some
the end of the game.
Incredible, yeah.
And I was so excited to go pick him up when he finally said, I'm ready to come home. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good, because I'm right around the corner.
I'm right. I was actually stalking. But man, it was. I didn't. And I know we talk about this all the time. Man, cherish those. If you have little ones, I know you guys still have little. Cherish it so much.
Yeah.
Even when they're annoying you,
Yep.
and they're sitting there and they're interrupting every bit of the game or whatever you're watching with their little kid questions or why are they doing this. I used to get annoyed by it. I miss it so much.
I figured out that having Quaid helps me what's the word? It's not lie, but like be a better like politician kind of, because I missed most of the game, most of the commercials or whatever. And I come here to work for the Keith Reddick Morning Show on Monday, and people are talking about stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. Remind me what happened to that one again. Like,
did I see that?
Oh, that one was really great, right? That was awesome. So I have to fake it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And Quaid's helped me learn how to fake it a little bit better.
Man, because it started to speed up for me, guys. Like them growing up has sped up so much in the last 2 years that it's one of those where I'm like, I officially no longer carry any of my kids.
Right.
My son doesn't request me to sing him songs at night like I used to every night.
Your daughter's giving out pickup lines.
That's my daughter's giving up pickup. She's growing up. She still asks me to sing to her, so I still have Chloe.
Oh, that's great.
Hanging on to that. But my son goes to sleep a little bit later now. He's in middle school, so my cutoff to sing to them is 9 p.m. So if you want a song, it's got to. And he goes to sleep like at 9:30. So I'm usually in bed before my son is now.
Wow.
And all that stuff that I used to literally dread ending has ended.
Yeah.
And it's not as bad as I thought, but it's still, when I think about it, oh man, it hurts.
Quick question about, like, Kaysen is now how old?
12.
12? Okay. Does he get to go in his room and like shut his door and like just hang out by himself?
If he wants, we do ask them to have family time because they are busy kids, and so we do require, if we're all home, we all sit together at dinner.
That's good.
And we still play like a little dinner game or whatever we do. We still do that.
That's
at this
great.
age. They do that, and then sometimes Kaysen will come down after we put Chloe to bed, and he'll sit there and watch TV with me. Or if it's a football, like Monday Night Football, he'll watch a little bit of the game.
Yeah.
So he still comes down and hangs out with me without me asking him to.
Good. I remember like my friends used to be like, yeah, I'm not allowed to like have my door closed between or like after like or until like 7:30 or something. That's when I can have like my door closed. And I was like, that seems really
My kids
odd
don't
to
even
me.
they don't even close the door.
Really?
Actually. Yeah, they keep it open most of the time, which is cool. I guess they trust us.
Yeah. They want you to come around still.
Yeah.
I got to say that while JC, you were in your feels, I was kind of in my feels for all the opposite reasons that you were talking about.
Why?
Like, this was the first Super Bowl that my son really cared about.
Because he's into sports right now.
He's gotten so into sports over the last year. And a couple weeks ago, he picked the Chiefs. So he's been watching the Chiefs. This is the first time we let him stay up to watch an entire game. It's the Super Bowl. Why not?
It's a holiday.
Yeah.
And he's gotten so into sports that he's 7, and he can kind of understand what's going on. So when it's 3rd and 1, he's getting really nervous.
He's like, oh man, this is a big play.
Are they going to be able to get that yard, or are they going to have to kick?
Yeah.
Or like San Francisco missed an extra point, and he was like, oh no, what if someone else scores and that extra point could have helped San Francisco win, right? So he's understanding it. He picked the Chiefs. When they won, we're celebrating, having a good time. His excited, nervous energy during the whole game was fun. So, yeah, we just hung out on the couch. He was up for snuggling with me.
Great.
And snuggling with my wife a little bit, too. And so it was a really cool thing. I think we're on a good streak of making some strong memories, and I hope that was one of them.
That's good. You let him stay up. That's a big deal when your parents let you stay up for one thing.
And this morning he woke up early. I thought he'd sleep in. No, of course not. He woke up and he goes, Dad, check this out. And he had taken a marker. I'm still not sure what kind of marker, but he had just taken a random shirt and wrote a KC on it, like Kansas City.
He made his own shirt?
He made his own shirt.
Nice.
And so I don't know if he ruined a shirt.
Was champion spelled correctly?
I don't really.
Who cares?
I'd still get it wrong.
Writing on shirts is not an easy task.
hard.
And I think
It's
he
annoying.
figured that out the first time.
Yeah.
Of course, 7-year-old, not great handwriting anyway. So we'll see if he ruined the shirt.
Did he wear it to school?
No, I don't think he
you
wore it to
should've let
school.
him.
But he was like, I didn't have any Chiefs stuff, so I made this. Oh, okay.
I do want to thank Taylor Swift, though, because my daughter, when she got back from soccer, she stayed up and watched the game with us and was 100% into the game.
Yeah.
The same way Davis is. And I expected it from my son, maybe, not from my daughter.
Yeah.
And it's because of Taylor Swift.
Obviously, I'm pretty biased. I really like Taylor Swift. And that's been this interesting thing to see because one camp says Taylor Swift is ruining football. One camp says this is the best thing that's happened to our family because, if you're a dad and you've got a 13-year-old daughter, y'all probably aren't hanging out on the couch watching sports too much.
Right.
So it's been one side, it's been bringing a lot of dads and daughters together. On the other side, these dudes hate it.
I'm pretty sure there was also the doucher in every single Super Bowl party this year because we had a friend talk about it that showed up and saying, I cannot stand Taylor Swift, so I'm cheering for the 49ers. I guarantee there was one of those in every Super Bowl party.
Yeah, probably. And that's fine.
I didn't realize it. Let me just get on the truth train. Chugga chugga. So something happened, and the 49ers score. I think it was the very first fumble that happened with Kansas City, and I go, good, I bet Taylor Swift's pissed right now. That was just my first thought.
Because she's done nothing but win since she became a Kansas City fan.
And I realized that I was like, man, I'm that person. But that was my very first thought was like, good.
I did see
She's feeling it.
someone else online that was just like, man, Swifties, they're football fans. Year one of being a football fan, they win the Super Bowl.
I hope Swifties, if you listen to this show, or I think we do have some chatty mommies that are probably Swifties. This is not normal. This is not something that is going to happen regularly. It is very, 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 very difficult and unlikely that this keeps happening. Mm-hmm. So don't have those expectations too high on the Chiefs.
What do you think Kansas City's? How many more Super Bowls are they going to win with this current crop of players?
I would say with this crop, maybe Travis Kelce, one more.
Think one?
I know he's coming back next year, but I think he maybe has 2-3 more years left.
Patrick Mahomes is still pretty young, so he'll be
he's only 28
for a while.
Yeah, so I think Patrick Mahomes ends up with like 6 Super Bowls.
I think he ties Tom Brady. Isn't that how many he has?
I think he has 7.
He has 6 with the
Patriots and one with
the
7.
Yeah.
I think Patrick Mahomes doesn't win another Super Bowl
ever again.
Never again.
Whoa, dude! I don't know, man. He's so good.
I have zero opinion. I'm not. I don't know.
I'm just trying to be a fire starter.
It also depends on the coach. If Andy Reid stays around, that's.
Hey, well, this is not a sports podcast, but we talk about how great Bill Belichick was. Blah 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 with Tom Brady, greatest coach of all time.
It was Tom Brady.
It was clearly Tom Brady. Andy Reid gets no love at all as a coach.
You know that he's an opera singer?
He's great.
He's an opera singer?
He sings opera.
No way.
I promise you. If y'all vamp for a little bit, I'll find a clip.
Okay. But so I just don't think that he gets any kind of actual respect when like Bill Belichick seemed to do nothing except stand there with a mean face. And I think Andy Reid does a whole lot for like Patrick Mahomes and everybody on the offense.
He does need a little more. He does get some cred, but I think he does deserve a lot more cred than he does get.
And I feel like I don't really hear his name getting brought up for like Coach of the Year or anything like that. Anyway, I was thinking about that last night, and he was walking off. Whenever they won the AFC Championship game, and everybody was talking about how like Taylor Swift and Travis, Taylor said "I love you" to Travis. Andy Reid was walking off the field hand in hand with his wife, and I thought that was adorable.
Yeah, they're a cute couple. Nick's finding Andy Reid singing opera. That I feel like I should know that as a football fan.
Because I do know the clip of him like as a 7-foot tall punt pass player.
That's my favorite picture of all time. You find it?
Excuse me, it is not Andy Reid. It's a guy online who goes by almost Andy Reid. And I guess he's also been doing interviews this week. So it's not Andy Reid. Fooled me for a second.
Man, I got so excited to find out something new about Andy Reid, only for it not to be true. Dang it!
Well,
almost
that is your chatty daddy.
Oh
That'll wrap us up.
I want him to be an opera singer so bad.
I know.
Well, good stuff. I'm Trey.
I'm Nick.
I'm JC.
And remember,
stand up straight.